Hey guys, thanks for checking out the podcast. Before we get started, I want to remind you about the very cool bucket list trip I am doing in 2026, the Smitty Learns Irish podcast, where I'm going to do my bucket list, hike Ireland for a year, learn about Irish history, town by town, through the mouths of the pub owners and regulars. Because what's a better way to learn about something you love than to experience it yourself? Patreon.com/we3Smiths, only $3 a month, and thanks for checking it out.
One, two, three, one.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is that when you said blowjob on the radio?
Like 10 times.
I'll tell you the story. I bought 3 microphones, but I didn't pay attention to what I was buying. It's a 3-pack.
3-pack?
Oh, I have 9 microphones. What the hell am I going to do? Interview a baseball team? I'm tired of your fucking bullshit, you know what I mean? I'm tired of all of this nonsense that I just want no part of anymore. I'm going to do my own fucking thing. Fuck all of that.
2, 1, action.
What the hell, everything? And welcome to the What the Hell Everything podcast. My name is Smitty. It is January 23rd. It's a Monday, 2023. Three. I almost said 2022. No, it is brand new year. What? Second year, same as the first. Not necessarily. This year's getting fucking better already, man. Happy What the Hell Everything Day. Thank you for joining me. If you are watching on the live stream on YouTube, feel free to comment. I will attempt to pay attention during the show for any comments, but most likely I will address it at the end of the live stream if you're still around. But it is it's a good day, man. I have been in fucking beast productive mode. Before I get into that, this is how we're going to start the podcast off. Do it every single day. Every single podcast. Started off with the word of the day because I like to learn new words. I'm trying to up my vocab, and I don't know if you're into that, but it could be fun. So just take a look at the word of the day on the dictionary app or dictionary.com. It's the same thing. And see if I can pronounce it, and then see if I know what it means. So the word of the day is trackle. Trackle. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce that. I mean, I was looking at the pronunciation, but... One more time. Oh, let me turn it off the fucking Bluetooth. Oh, it's always just a thing, you know? Trackle. Let's do that again, guys. Let's do that again. Trackle. Okay. To fatigue, tire, wear out. I did not know that. And I'm usually going to attempt to use that word during the podcast in correct usage, but I'll probably fail miserably. Trackle. To fatigue, tire, wear out. I am no signs of trackling for me because I am up in my fucking I've been in mad productive mode, man. If you've been following the podcast at all, the page, the YouTube page, the fucking Smithhole Slipper Club on Facebook, I finally, because I've been wanting to for a while, just expanded the content, really. Been wanting to do for a long time now, do movie and TV show reactions because it's fucking fun to watch. I love to talk about movies. I love to talk about my favorite TV shows. I love doing the music reaction videos. I wasn't sure how I would feel about it starting out, but I fell in love with it, man. And really decided once I figured out the technology to do it, and there was a little tweak here and there I had to do with some of my stuff. So you probably know if you're watching this, like, technology is not my strong suit. It takes me a lot of time, trial and error, a lot of error, baby steps to kind of figure out what I need to do. You know, this was not my world for the majority of my life, is learning video and all that kind of shit. But man, I needed to, 100%, because what it's doing is forcing me to do everything. all the things I need to do. I've been so fucking productive lately, and making myself, which most people should do, right? Make yourself do the things you need to do. But so many times, man, where you're doing all this work on the podcast, you're going out at work and almost full time a lot of times. You're getting back at like midnight, 1:30. You want to work after you get out of work because you got things to do, and then you're just like, ugh. And then you get up. I'm just beat when I get up in the morning. So, what I was telling myself, oh, you'll do work in the morning. But then I'll just get my coffee and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do anything. But adding all this new content has really fucking, the last 2 weeks now, I'm on a good 2-week streak. Just every day. I'm sitting at the computer every day, just getting shit done. And I look forward to it. And it's a fucking challenge. Let me tell you about movie editing for these reaction videos. Because if you ever watch movie reaction videos, they're chopped up. You have to. You can use movie and TV show footage legally because copyright says that if you're using it for reporting or commentary purposes, you can do it. So it's just a matter of what you chop up. And, you upload a video, a movie reaction or whatever. And you're like, nope, blocked. Delete it, start again. Where was the time? Or that one was blocked. Boom. All right, make a note. Take that part out. And then just like sections, take the video out of one section, take the audio out of one section, mix and match and fucking paste and copy it, all these kind of things, man. And I want to say the first thing that I did, if you haven't watched the show Last of Us, one episode in, I'm going to watch episode 2 and get that up later this week. Watch that tonight. But it's fucking cool. Anyway, I think that was 4 edits. The movie Belfast, which was fucking awesome, and that was the first movie that I wanted to do for obvious Irish reasons. I think that was 7 edits, and it takes so long. But I love the challenge of just seeing how many edits it's going to take to get it up. Hereditary is a super scary fucking movie that I watched yesterday. I'm going to have that up later this week. And I'm currently on edit 1. So, but it's going to sound fucking weird, and I probably need to have my head examined. I mean, I'm sure that's probably it too, or at least partially. But it is, I love the fucking challenge. Again, most people will think I'm nuts when I say adding more work. How is that going to... How is that going to help you when you had not a hard time, but there were lags in there for a couple days where I'm just like, God, I don't want to do anything. God, I'm just fucking wiped. Mentally wiped. So much stuff going on. Go to the new Smitty hole. I've talked about it all. But I fucking love the challenge. What have I added to this channel? I've added movie and TV show reactions. I've added live set reactions going on Patreon. A couple more tiers on Patreon to kind of gauge interest in the channel. Some people just want to support for $3 a month. That's awesome. You get the talk practice. You get the What the Hell Everything reaction marathons that I did the first one last week. That's going to be on Thursdays at 4 on Patreon, the marathon reaction marathons, excuse me. Rock and Roll Roundtable's coming back. I know I say that all the time, but that is coming back in the next couple weeks. The album review podcast. So it's just like, I fucking, this is the shot in the arm that I fucking needed, man. And if you're into my content at all, just be prepared because there's a lot more coming. And I know if, there could be some people that are just in it for the podcast. Not as many as like people that are into the Rock Radar reaction videos. So some people are just like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see this. But I try to keep everything organized in a good way on the YouTube channel anyway. And try to make it easier for you to kind of navigate along. And so if you like that, I say it all the time. You like my thoughts on this. You want to hear my thoughts on other things, maybe check out this podcast, which you're doing now if you're watching it. So yeah, man, I'm fucking stoked. I have been needing to. I didn't think it was going to be such a shot in the arm for me. So, fucking thumbs up. Cheers to that, man. I've been on fire. And my algorithm's getting taken over by birds. Thanks a fucking lot, Tim Logan. I didn't know. My good friend Tim Logan, my former co-host, if you watch, or excuse me, if you listen to that old morning show, there's a clip on the What the Hell Everything clips playlist of this particular bit. We were talking about, I can't even remember what we were talking about. And then all of a sudden it came up in this bit that, we were talking about bird watching and how that could be like my next favorite old man thing. And Tim is like, wait, I am a bird watcher. And I was like, what? Because I've known Tim for 12 years. We're great friends, talk all the time. Like, I did not know you were into bird watching with binoculars and everything. But ever since then, every once in a while, there's a little post here and there from Tim, maybe about birds, or I see him commenting about birds more and more. And then he's just bombarded the continuous thread that we have along with my other former co-host, good friend Ryan McTagg. And he's just like, Tim goes to these fucking nature gatherings at it's some place where they go into this room and people bring in birds like owls, birds of prey, hawks, falcons, shit like that. And then he just bombards the thread with all these birds. And I think I actually said to him, hey, stop it, motherfucker. You're inserting all of these birds into my algorithm. I don't have anything against birds. But right now, my algorithm's pretty good. It's cats and music and tits. And that is not even my fault. You have friends that send you boobs and that takes over your algorithm too. But I prefer that over birds. Boobs are greater than birds, I say. So I think I've actually noticed because I think what I said 2 days ago, I said, stop sending these fucking birds. You're ruining my algorithm. I haven't really seen any in there since that. Nothing against birds. I like birds. But they're fucking they're not terrifying. I don't think they're terrifying. My good friend Erica thinks they're terrifying because we were walking. She's afraid of birds deathly. And we were walking in Chicago, went to a Foo Fighters show at Wrigley Field. And I'm like, I always make fun of her because of her irrational fear of birds. And then I saw a bird dive bomb into her hair. And I still make fun of her, but I'm like, oh, I fucking get it. Birds. Is it, I saw the other day, that Robbie Knievel died. This is like, at this point, this is like a week or two ago. It's been a week since I've done the podcast. And I was like, is it kind of fucked up to like not to wonder how he died, but just to assume. I don't know to this day how he died. I was going to click and look, but I'm like, fuck it. I want to envision Robbie Knievel. Is it wrong and awful that I wish a fiery death for Robbie Knievel? Because I don't think that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I want him to go out in a blaze of fucking glory. Like if you're Robbie Knievel, somebody who's known for doing dangerous things that you could die in. I always say all the time because I was a paratrooper in the Army and I've jumped out of planes since leaving the Army. It's one of my favorite things. If I want to die, I want it to be with the parachute failing. You have about 60 seconds to just be like, okay, just gather all your thoughts and plummet to the earth. It'd probably be pretty fucking quick, man. That's the way to go. What's wrong with going out in a blaze of glory? Oh, you died in bed? Lame. I'm just kidding to the family of Robbie Knievel. So, yeah, it wasn't that I was wondering. I assumed. And I just wanted to have that, By all means, feel free to comment if you know how the fuck Robbie Knievel died. Doing all of these new things, I know it's real sudden, dramatic shift. I don't have a lot of stuff on the podcast today. I'm doing so many things. And again, I'm feeling so positive about everything. And it never fails that when I am, some sort of technological catastrophe is going to happen. I'm getting ready to do rock reaction videos, the radar reaction videos last week. And I'd sit in front of the green screen in Studio B right behind the camera. And I go to, you have a green screen, you got to get the lights, the LED lights on. Really shine that screen up. Get rid of the backlighting. It has to be really bright. So I have nice LED lights. And I go to turn the lights on. Fucking lights aren't working. Did they burn out? Because they're connected remotely. When one goes out, the other goes out. I'm like, what the fuck? And immediately, that dread thing sinks in. Immediately. Where it's just like, of course the lights aren't going to work. Your whole thing is fucked. You're not going to be able to do anything. Everything's going down. Everything's going to fail because these fucking lights don't work and you're broke. I'm better than I was. But I'm like, what the fuck, man? But here's the thing. As far as growing like an individual, I didn't break anything. I didn't yell and swear. I muttered it to myself, what the fuck is going on? God damn it. But like a calm, rational person, I troubleshooted. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Maybe the thing, where's the plug going? And then I followed around, fucking cats laying on the electrical. Not on the electrical, laying against the cord, up against the wall, and just fucking down like this. Just like pulled the plug out of the outlet. And then I had to be like, get the fuck out of here. You're ruining everything. Then I had to piss my cat off. I'm like, sorry, I got to put some barriers so you can't lay here, because I felt really awful because it was right next to a heater vent. We're in the basement. It's kind of chilly down here. And he likes to lay up against the heater vent. And he's like, man, you fucking made me move. I made him move out of my chair the other day because I sat on him. That was terrible. Awful. Like, I just sat right down, and all of a sudden I realized, holy shit. And I jumped up, and he jumped up, and he ran across and just sat looking at me for like 5 minutes. And he's like, you motherfucker, I can't believe you just sat on me. And I bet I profusely apologized 15 times. In the whole rest of the day, he would just be looking at me, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sit on you. Plus, it's not that weird when you live by yourself and talk to your cat, like have conversations and ask him questions. Like, I feel like that's normal. If you have pets, you're going to do that. But sometimes it just feels like an unreasonable amount of chit chat that I have with my own cat. Hey guys, before we get into the 420 break, which is going to happen, let's talk about this. Goddamn Metallica-thon. I am bringing April 14th, 12 hours live. It's going to be just a fun presentation, full live album reaction in there as well for the new album, 72 Seasons, and a new song dropped the other day. And I told myself and told you guys that I was going to wait. I'm not going to listen to any new songs except for the first one that dropped, and I'm going to wait until the album reaction. And then Screaming Suicide dropped the other day, and I was like, if you know me, you know that that's a tough thing to do, not listen to new Metallica when it comes out. I'm the guy that runs down the hall so I can hurry up and fucking listen to it, man. I don't know if you're going to partake or not. I am. Time for the 420 break.
Boys, water bomb so smooth you don't realize how high you're getting till it's too late. I am fucked up out here.
And your 420 break for Monday, January 23rd, 2022. This has started to go somewhat viral. Pink Floyd coming out with the 50th anniversary of the classic, one of the greatest albums ever made, Dark Side of the Moon, heard it a million times, like many, many, many other people, and including many, many, many of the people probably that are commenting on this shit right now. Oh man, what a fucking time to be alive when there's so much information readily available and nobody pays attention to it. because as probably you could have predicted this if you were to say, hey, Pink Floyd's going to put out 50th anniversary with the icon of the prism, a.k.a. sort of like a rainbow. Somebody was going to go, what the fuck is this? Ugh. What is this woke bullshit? And that's exactly what happened. 50th anniversary on Twitter. Pink Floyd posted the... You see what I'm talking about. 50th anniversary logo of Dark Side of the Moon. Love the rainbow. You're making yourself look stupid. What is that, Pink Floyd? What a disgrace. From this moment, I don't listen to this band. Are you going woke with rainbows? Is there a straight flag? I want equal representation. Don't get me wrong. We should all be true to who we are. Anytime somebody says, don't get me wrong, they're about to be wrong. It's fucking hilarious, man. Kind of. And the main theme that I have seen with people taking aim at these people, they're calling them boomers. That was the headline. Duh. Where is it? I was looking for the quote. Boomers, blah, 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 blah. It's not boomers, necessarily. Yeah, there is that, but they're the ones that are aware that Pink Floyd has the prism, a.k.a. rainbow artwork. Probably. But let me tell you, there's a lot of young people that are they're probably the ones that have no idea that is a Pink Floyd logo. They just heard shit on the radio. Plus, if you've never, grown up around a bunch of fucking rednecks, yeah, come on, man. The kids are just, what a time to be alive. Moving on. A woman got wasted at a Marilyn Manson concert, blew up $15 worth of property. She's suing the company that served her and the venue. Now, first of all, I'm sure Marilyn Manson, for as kind of a shitty human being as he is, like, why the fuck are you throwing me in here? What does that have to do with anything? I mean, it does. It was in Canada. 26-year-old got into an explosive accident. Let's just fucking delve into here. Busted a fucking gas line. 4 houses exploded. And her and her father are suing the venue for just letting her leave. Kicked her out of the venue for being wasted. And it's like, so they're suing the venue to cover all of the lawsuits that she is facing. And, as a bartender, you're supposed to take tips training, TAMS training, all those things where, and I don't know what the law is like outside of Michigan, at least probably similar. I'm not sure about in Canada. But you're legally required as a bartender to make sure that if somebody's intoxicated, overserved, then you gotta try to figure out a way for them to get home. It's kind of your responsibility. I mean, you want the fucking hammered people to take some sort of responsibility for what they're doing, and it fucking pisses me off when you get sued because somebody was an idiot. But you just are like, fucking sue happy drunks, Sue happy drunks. It's not worth delving into any further. This is worth delving into some more, though. Japan. It's been one of those countries that has been whaling for years. It's such a weird, kind of on a fence sort of vibe because, I'm pro-hunter. I've grown up in northern Michigan. It's a hunting community up here. It really is. So, I mean, that's kind of how I grew up, and I see the conservation aspects of it, and that's just kind of who we are as people, hunting, The factory farming thing is a little tough for me to swallow, even though I don't not take part in it. I buy meat at the store. But whaling, as we get older as people and start figuring things out, the practice of whaling is brutal as fuck. Slow death, harpoons and things. So that has to be taken into account, probably, that it's a terrible method of killing the animal you're going to harvest, for lack of a better term. That's what, you're referring to it as. But it's just let's get to the actual fucking story now, Smitty. Just rambling along. Japan sells dead whale pieces in vending machines to boost trade because over the last 50 years, whaling has went down. It plans to set up 3 more vending machines next month. They're selling canned frozen whale meat and canned cooked whale pieces, whale skin, 4 machines in Tokyo. Prices range from 1,000 to 3,000 yen. That's anywhere from $20 a pop. I don't know. I'm looking at it in euros and yen. If it sells well, the company plans to open up to 100 vending machines over 5 years, man. They call it desperate, cynical sales ploy by a cruel and declining whale hunting industry, which is probably true. Again, it's just on the fence, you know. I'm on the fence because it's a different culture. I think Iceland is another country that does whaling, and I think they're pretty close to not doing that anymore. Declined. Nobody really wants to buy whale meat, probably, thankfully. Again, culturally. I lived in Korea for over 13 months. They eat dog there. There's dog farms. It's fucking horrible. And I took when in Rome. You know, I tried it once. And if different cultures have different animals that they eat, it's not necessarily for us to judge. If you agree with hunting and agree with eating meat and using animal parts, leather or anything, it's hard to judge them for doing that. But it still kind of fucking sucks. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Anyway, let's move on to a story that is less depressing and way cooler, I think. In Ireland. I like learning about Ireland, obviously. And I'm terrible at homework. It was the bane of my existence in my short-lived schooling career. President of Ireland, Michael Higgins, is calling for homework to be banned. He argues that this would make time for young people to engage in more creative pursuits outside of school hours, which is, I'm all for fucking that. I don't know how I feel. And here's the thing, homework. We grew up with it. Doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do. Just because you did it when you were a kid doesn't mean it's probably... I'm sure it serves a purpose, doing homework, when learning how to do things on your off time when you're a kid. But shouldn't school be left to when you're in school? I don't know. I just don't know. I applaud this. I just like different ways of thinking. And I like the idea that let's try this. Let's see how it goes. Because I bet you if you were to just say, you know what, we're going to cancel homework. Maybe expand some sort of creative outlets for kids to be doing. If you were to ban homework. I bet you could see productivity in schools come up too. Because I know as a kid, I'm just fucking sitting there going, I got all this fucking homework to do in class all the time. And I'm just like, fuck this. If it was just relegated to school, I bet you I'd have been a lot more fucking productive, man. So way to go, Michael Higgins. Makes me want to go visit over there more. And finally, another thing that I'm on the fence about being a crime, farting on the police. And the reason that he was getting strip searched in the first place is an outrage to me, too, in the UK. Apparently, weed's illegal over there. I got to be careful. UK man has been sentenced after deliberately farting in the face of a police officer after he was asked to bend over during a strip search. Stuart Cook, 28 years old of Aberdeen, was arrested at the scene of the crash and taken back to the station where he committed the vile act, asking an officer, how do you like that? As he farted in their general direction, which those words, the fact that you put in a fucking Monty Python fart joke in this story is fucking money, okay? The other thing, the fact that you put farts so much, the word in the story, rather than like passing gas, breaking wind. Just say fucking fart, man. He was arrested, again, at the scene of a crash, taken back to the station. They revealed in the strip search a small amount of drugs. He became irate when police placed him under arrest for smelling cannabis. Me too. Although I've never been arrested for it. He heard the sheriff court heard that Cook screamed expletives and puffed out his chest towards officers as he was being taken to the station. He said the cops were overreacting. He said, this is what the defense attorney said. He had been smoking a cannabis joint at the time and felt police overreacted in the way they dealt with him. He became increasingly upset with them and acted in the manner libeled as soon as I can get fucking words out. So he farted in their face. The idea that I did not put one fart sound effect in that story, it just means I'm growing as a person. Old radio boss would be fucking tickled pink, man. Hey, that's your 420 break. Eat some Doritos. Chill out. Get your ass back to work.
Hey, old man. I got the fucking munchies real bad. How about you?
Hey. Smoke weed every day.
Oops, wrong thing. Sorry. Hopefully you feel better now. I definitely do. I want to thank you for joining me on the podcast today. I'm shooting for Mondays and Wednesdays to release it. Some weeks might be just Monday. Other weeks could be Monday and Wednesday. And guests coming soon. I'm booking them as we speak. As I said earlier, a lot of stuff, man. Movie reactions. You're into that. I got movie reactions for Hereditary on the way later this week. How many edits it's going to take, who knows. Belfast movie reaction up right now. The Last of Us show reaction up right now, episode 1. Rock and Roll Roundtable. I'm scheduled for a February 2nd recording with December Lee and Michael Stevens. Going to come to the Smith Hole, review an album, and that's on the way. Rock Radar reactions tomorrow, Tuesdays, and all sorts of other stuff, man. Consider becoming a patron. Link is in the description, and please like and subscribe to all the things, including this. It always helps. It really does. That's why we ask. When I say we, anybody on YouTube, pretty much. Hey, thank you very much. Until next time.
So long, sucker.
Good night, everybody!
I am so sorry for everything that has happened.
Nick, bye-bye.
Yeah, all right. I'll see you guys there.
By the bar and get your face, huh?
Get me paid, bitch!
Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog.
I love y'all very much! Peace out!
Good night, ladies.
What the hell, everything?